So Catechism, verse 2705, says, meditation is above all a quest. The mind seeks to understand the why and the how of the Christian life in order to adhere and respond to what the Lord is asking. The required attentiveness is difficult to sustain. We are usually helped by books, and Christians do not want for them the sacred scriptures, particularly the Gospels, holy icons, liturgical texts of the day or season, writings of the spiritual fathers, works of spirituality, the great book of creation, and that of history, the page on which the today of God is written. That verse is just beautiful. It's gold. Meditation is a quest. It's a thinking. It's your mind seeking God in your life, in the scripture, in the teachings of the church, in the writings of the saints. But it's difficult to sustain. It's important to recognize this. A lot of what we have in the world today is anti-meditation. I like to think of binging on YouTube or Netflix is literally anti-meditation, because what you're doing when you're binging is there's something that's impacting your senses and you're receiving it passively, meaning your mind is completely passive, and there's no attention by will. It's all attention by attraction. So what's happening in a binge is your capacity to be aware, to pay attention, to choose to think about what you want to think about is diminishing, while that draw of your passions, that concupiscence, right, your heart being drawn by whatever looks good, feels good, whatever is being exacerbated, that's being strengthened. So your lower nature is being strengthened, while your higher nature is atrophying. So by binging, we're literally becoming less capable of meditating. It's becoming something that we're not capable of doing. I'll get back to that later as we talk about how to start doing this. But we're helped by things, right? We're not meant to meditate in a vacuum. As Christians, we don't empty our mind. The mind is never empty. Try to empty your mind, and maybe you're actually just thinking about a black wall, or maybe you're trying to focus on a noise or something. But regardless of how much you try to empty your mind is never actually empty. The consciousness is always full. We can't stop but experience the world around us or the world that's presented to us by our internal senses. So the mind is never empty. So we need to fill the mind, meaning using the scripture, using the Gospels especially, icons, images, the text of the Mass, the daily Mass readings, spiritual books, the creation itself, or our life. These are all different things we can meditate on to fill our mind with the things of God, but then engage. Right? So the paragraph 2708 in the Catechism says, meditation engages thought, imagination, emotion, and desire. This mobilization of faculties is necessary in order to deepen our convictions of faith, prompt the conversion of heart, and strengthen our will to follow Christ. All right, let's pull back up the faculties of the soul, the powers of the soul. So what it's saying is here is we're engaging all of the powers of the soul. We're engaging the reason, we're engaging the will, right? We're choosing what to think about, and we're thinking about it. And by doing this, we're coming to deeper convictions of faith, meaning our mind is extracting from the things we're studying the truth of God, the truth of God's creation and of God's revelation. But it's also engaging our attractions. The Catechism uses the word a conversion of heart, and this strengthen our will. So there's this deepening, this mobilization of our faculties, it says, our emotions and desires. So what we're talking about here is that we're actually engaging our passions by thinking about the scripture, by thinking about our faith that God gives us. We're experiencing passions toward God, literally love, desire, joy, hope, and daring, courage. We're being drawn to what we're experiencing in our imagination and memory by meditating. So we're literally doing like faith calisthenics by meditating. We're taking our mind through the process that our body and our soul are experiencing God as if he's there, because he is there, right? But we just don't think all the time. Sometimes he feels distant, or we want him to be distant. So what we're doing by meditating is we're using an active process of the mind to reveal the truth of reality.